Hi, I'm Annie Bond, and I had a woman tell me that she got incredibly sick when she went to the Cape and rented a house, and there had been these plug-in air fresheners in the house everywhere, and she had to take them all out and air the house out, and it took 2 days before she could even begin to feel better. And she wanted to know if there were alternatives, and there are safe, good aromatherapy methods for doing plugins, and which we'll talk about on another time, and we have on the site. But I also have a lot of do-it-yourself formulas that I recommend to freshen the air, because in fact truly what you need to do is to find out what's the underlying smell that you actually are trying to get rid of. That's the number one thing. But there are other times when you want to just make something welcoming. Like I love at Thanksgiving, a lot of extended family come to my house for that. And so what I like to do is to fill a pan with cider, and this is water, so for another formula, but I fill it with some cider, and I add cinnamon sticks, and I add cloves, and I have it on a low simmer on a back burner for a few hours before people come, and I constantly make sure that the cider there's enough cider so it doesn't dry out. And then there's an extra benefit of that, and that is when they arrive finally, there's hot cider for them as well. But that brings a very homey holiday fare scent into the air, and it's a nice thing to do if you have a feeling like there's just underlying scent that you'd like to get rid of. You have an old dog or something like that. For this pan, I also, on a hot summer's day, for example, I'll very often put a pan of water and cut up lemon and put it in there and simmer it very, very slowly. You could also add some fresh mint if you have it. And those are really summery, fresh odors to sort of bring a feeling of upliftment into the house. And so, hands down, better than any synthetic air freshener that you could buy. Those generally also just kill your olfactory nerve or something, so that you can end up not even smelling what you're breathing. So those are great on the top of the stove kinds of things to use. Another thing I frequently do is I have a bunch of small spray bottles, and I'll put about half a cup of water into a spray bottle, and then I'll add maybe 10 drops of an essential oil to bring a scent into the house that I think would be a nice one to have. This, for example, is rosemary. Sometimes you want it to have a slightly woody smell to it. And here is lemongrass, which is a scent I absolutely love. But let's say you're having friends over and you're making a Thai dinner, why not have a little lemongrass? There are lots and lots of essential oils. You can really lavender is really lovely and calming. You can match the essential oil to sort of what kind of mood you want to present to. And then you just spritz this around the house where you'd like it to be. And I find that people always come into this house and say it smells so good. And some of it's essential oil, some of it's because I clean with non-toxic cleaning products, but always I'm choosing the natural approach to any household product problem. And so for this particular woman, there's just an array of alternatives for her. So I'm sorry she got so sick at the Cape, but in the future, maybe she could ask the landlord or landlady to substitute some natural aromatherapy.